mate. And I was muted. I forgot to add my camera to the stream and I was muted. What a start, everyone. Wow. I'm still eating something. I'm prepared today, aren't I? Jesus Christ. Welcome. Welcome to the stream, everybody. God, what a car crash. What a car crash of a start. Jesus Christ. There we go. Right, underway now. Welcome to the preview, everybody. How are we all? Owen's confident. No, oh Lucas. Jesus Christ. How are you doing, Ruben? All right, mate? I'm going to assume it's you who's won those tickets to the Rach Carter Lounge. Will. And Sam's in there as well. Leo, mate. Good to see you. Good to see you. And how do we all feel about Liam Rosenior? How are we feeling about that? What's the consensus? Let me know your thoughts in chat before we get into the preview. How are you doing, Ashley? All right, mate? Yeah. How do we feel? How do we feel about Liam Rosenior coming in as manager? Probably. I am very, very pleased. I am buzzing. I am absolutely buzzing. I am so happy. So happy about it. Yeah. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I haven't been in the lounge yet. I haven't. I don't apply. I don't really see the point. I've got my season ticket. I've got my membership. I don't see why I need to apply. Indeed, his nana is from Hull. Owen's fairly excited. Personally, I feel like Rosenior is sort of slapped in the face for Dawson, but they could be magic together. You see, I don't think Andy wants the job. I think the job was Andy's if he wanted it. And I think he doesn't want it. So bringing Rosenior in, you know, he's a very, very recent club legend. A player and a name synonymous with our success in getting up to the Premier League under Steve Bruce and the FA Cup final and our 4 Europa League games. So, yeah, I'm happy. Young, exciting, modern manager. I'm happy. I'm happy with it. I don't get the people saying that we should get ready for League One. Exactly. I don't understand that either. Rosenior. Right. Under Liam Rosenior, Derby had a fantastic start. Let's have a look at the League One table. So Liam Rosenior had 8 games with Derby. And they're now 10th in the league. Let me... Right, hang on. We need to go to... Right, I'm going to do something quite sinful here and use Wikipedia as a source of gospelness. However, so Rosenior was manager of Derby until the 22nd of September. So... this was Liam Rosenior's last game in charge against Wycombe. So, under Rosenior, they won 4 of their games, drew 2, and lost 3. Under Paul Warne, in the games since, the 5 games since, they've won twice, lost twice, and drawn just the once. Rosenior was very well liked within the Derby fan base. A lot of them weren't happy at the fact he was just discarded to one side, pushed to a side, and he was made to make way for Paul Warne on a big salary when Rosenior impressed. Rosenior is a very, very, very highly rated coach. He's a highly rated coach and a very, very, very promising young manager. Andy Dawson will still play an important part. He was part of the academy set up before Tony Pennock left in the summer, and he was appointed first team coach. First team coaches typically outlast the managers that they are appointed under. Andy Dawson has done that, and because that's an appointment made by the club, yes, the manager or the head coach might have some sway into what appointment is made, but at the end of the day, it's a club appointment, and Andy will still stick around. Joe, what tells you that to Rosenior as a manager will get the best out of these players if you think about his experience as a manager? I think Rosenior, right, look at Andy Dawson's experience as a manager. As a manager, interim at Scunthorpe, first team coach at Scunthorpe, assistant manager at Scunthorpe, and then moves on to be under 23s manager here, and then first team coach. His experience as a manager does not suggest that he would be the one to get the best out of these players that we've got. Because stints at Scunthorpe, who were floundering at the bottom end of League One and League Two while he was there, and then a couple of years spent coaching City's under 23s. That doesn't, that on paper, that doesn't correlate to being the man able to get the best out of the players. Rosenior's coaching career is, in my opinion, a bit more, sort of distinguished and I can't think of the right word. What's the word? It's been better. We'll go with that. It's been better than what Dawson's has, right? As assistant manager at Derby, he worked under Wayne Rooney. And hang on, let's have a look at the MLS now. Because with Rooney moving over to DC United, in the Eastern Conference, DC are 14th. Now, since Rooney came in, I'm not sure if the impact that he's had have been, great. But in DC United's last 5, 4 of them have been defeats. 1-0 to New England, 1-0 to LAFC, 6-0 at home to Philadelphia, 3-2 to Atlanta, and then a 2-1 win over New York. Oh no, I've scored way back. Jesus Christ. Oh, the season's finished. But Rooney went over there in the summer, didn't he? So we'll go from August. 3-0 defeat, 0-0 draw, 1-0 defeat, 1-0 defeat. You know what? I'll share it with you. Wait, Joe, you think Dawson would be worse than Rosenior? I don't think Dawson would be worse than Rosenior. The point I'm trying to make is Dawson's coaching career doesn't suggest he should get the best out of the players, but he has. And why is that? Because he understands the league from a player's perspective, understands what you need to be successful in the Championship, and how values of the club and how the squad needs to work together to build in this league. Rosinia played for the club, played at this level for the football club, and he's a very, very highly rated young manager. Ajun and Tan were impressed by him in the interview process. If he wasn't the standout after the deal for Pedro Martins fell through, why would they go for him? I heard from Derby fan, passing on the back is a lot more common under Rosinia, and as he is proper play out the back. Other than that, exciting, young, promising appointment. Exactly. I have a feeling he's a bit like Mikel Arteta, legend of the club, young for a manager, and he'll only get better with time. I wonder why Baz says it's 100% defo not a Turkish manager. That is because I think Baz knew about Rosinia and a bit more about the interview process for a little while, and just knew that based on what happened with Shota coming over from Turkey, and it seemed as though, well, Mika Seri said something in the presser earlier. He said, I can't find the quotes. I can't find the quote. There it is. Mika Seri said in the press conference, in football, if you do something that doesn't make sense, you cannot go anywhere. I reckon that's a dig at Shota. Not so much Peter van der Veen, because Baz replied to it saying, it's an interesting quote, isn't it? Peter was very well respected by the players, and I don't think he was ever able to create a really positive relationship between himself and the players. But that's what Dawes has. Dawes has a relationship with these guys because he's played there, and Rosinia will build that same connection. A manager who understands the league, has coached in the league as an assistant manager for a Derby team that overperformed. When you think where they were with the points deduction and in administration, they put up a valiant fight, but it just didn't go through. I don't think they were as good as the media led us to believe they were. But they had a lot of talented players, and in Rooney and Rosinia, they had two coaches, a manager and an assistant, that got the best out of them. Rosinia, to finish it off, understands the league, understands the club, and understands what the players need to do to get the best out of each other, and what he needs to do to get the best out of them. And with Andy Dawson still in the back room, things can only go one way, in my opinion, and that's up. That's just my opinion. That's my opinion. Let's have a look. Absolutely buzzing with the Rosinia appointment. Anyone complaining about championship experience is a daft twat. Exciting manager with good intentions and ideas. Exactly. Andy Dawson is still going to play an important part. We will be completely fine. Let's go into team news then, where Harvey Vale is available for selection after recovering from a groin injury. Callum Elder hamstring is touch and go for selection. And with 5 games in 2 weeks, Andy Dawson said he is likely to leave Elder out of this game. Salah Eddin Oulad Mhand is back in training. He's returned to training following a groin injury, which he picked up during pre-season with permanent club Arsenal. He will return fully after the World Cup, I do believe. Absentees: Andy Cannon, unregistered. Ben Tete, hamstring and unregistered. James Scott, been fully training now. He's just unregistered over his shin splints problem. Alayar Sayadmanesh, hamstring. He said he's going to be back after the World Cup. Adama Traore, hamstring and slash Achilles plus unregistered. Vaughan Coville, knee. And Josh Emmanuel, illness plus unregistered, remain out injured. We'll move on to Ref Watch, where the referee is David Ware, the two liners are Sean Hudson and Jonathan Hunt. The fourth official is Ross Joyce. We'll quickly shuffle over to stats then. We'll whip through a little bit more of this so we can have a bit more of a discussion. From Rotherham, where we had a nice amount of possession. Shots-wise, 13 shots on target from 19 shots. That's what I like. That's what I like a lot. And defensively, an incredible tackle success rate there as well. Very, very, happy with that one. We'll move swiftly on to Blackburn's team, where look, they've got an incredible side, haven't they? They have a very, very, very good team indeed. But we beat them last time, so why can't we do it again? In their most recent game against Birmingham, their starting team was this. It was Tom Kaminski in goal. At the back, it was Dominic Hyam, Scott Wharton and Hayden Carter as the back three. The wing backs were Harry Pickering and there he is, Ryan Hedges there. And the midfield three were Tyler Morton, Lewis Travis and Adam Wharton, with the front two being Sam Gallagher and Ben Brereton Diaz. But of course, I've seen people asking for Teo Eden to start. Is Tyrese Dolan injured or is he just benched? No, he's benched. Tyrese Dolan benched. Did I mention? Tyler Morton started, didn't he, on loan from, I believe it's Liverpool. No Bradley Dack. He's had a falling out with Jondal Thomason. What a shambles. What a shambles, you could say. We'll come back to current form in a little bit. Where do I think we will finish with Rossinia looking set to sign? I think we've got a bit more of a feel-good factor around us at the moment. Look, I have a feeling that when Rossinia comes in, I'm optimistic. I think we're looking good. I think top half could be on the cards because the league is so tight. You know what we'll do? We'll bypass current form for the moment and we'll have a look at the league table because this is very, very interesting indeed. Obviously, Blackburn up in third at the moment, doing very, very well indeed. But where it gets interesting is further down. What I'll do is I'll shuffle me down there so you can see it a bit bigger. But look, Norwich in 7th, right? They're a point off the playoffs. Millwall in 6th on 26 points. We are only 6 points away from the playoffs. That's how tight it is. That's how tight it is. 6 points and we're in the playoffs. It's nothing at all. 20 points separates first and last. Stuff can be... There's a lot of time left in the season. And with it being so tight, all you need is a winning run. QPR had a good run, catapulted them right up there. Burnley started well, then had a bit of a slump. Now they've had a good run, they're back up there. Sheffield United started really well, but have tailed off massively in recent weeks. Not won any of their last 5. They've slipped down now. And then you look at teams such as Middlesbrough and West Brom, who have new managers in Corberan and Carrick. they can rise up. Birmingham, some of their fans would make you believe that they're the best team in the world. We're level on points with them now. It's just this goal difference. That's what's killing us from earlier on in the season. If we can turn this round with a couple more good results, get that closer towards the positive side, we'll be golden. We'll be golden. And look at, Luton, they had an awful start, but they went on a decent run, and now they're 9th. Reading started well, and they've been pretty consistent, lost 3 on the bounce, which hurt them, but 8th. Norwich started poorly, then jumped up, and now haven't won any of their last 5 again. The Championship, it's all about getting a run together. It's all about getting a consistent run together and sticking together as a group. Now, the team, they didn't, under Shotter, they didn't look very together at all. Let's have a look, because I saw something here. Yes, this is it. The squad is coming together, but someone says on Twitter, here it is. One game, Woods went down after a clash of heads and no player went over to him. That was under Shotter. Now, that's clear as day that the squad weren't together. Now, they've got Andy in charge, who has seen us through well. He's seen us through very well, but I'm of the belief that if Andy wanted the job, it was his. But for me, I don't think he wanted it. Rosenior, yes, lack of experience, all right, but how's he supposed to get experience if nobody takes that gamble on him? It's clear he's highly rated, he's young, he's modern, he's got a vision for the club, and he wants to play a certain brand of football which appeals to Adjun and appeals to Tam. Give him time. Simple as that. Give him a chance. Give him a chance. Please. Need a chant for Liam now. Playoffs could happen, Owen, you're right. We have a chant for Liam Rosenior. Is Nanas from all? Is Nanas from all? Liam Rosenior is Nanas from all. Right, let's have a look then. Let's have a look at this current form malarkey then. So, our most recent form, there we go. So, in our last 5, we've only got 5 more until we break off for the World Cup. We're getting close. It's been a busy first part of the season, but we're coming back. Excuse me, we're coming back now. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A 2-1 win over Wigan under Andy Dawson, and then 2 2-0 defeats in a row to Huddersfield and Birmingham. But then 2 wins, a 3-1 win away to Blackpool, a 4-2 win away to Rotherham. Now we need to build on these 2 wins and get a victory at home, which we didn't do too often earlier this season. And then Blackburn, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they beat Rotherham 3-0, lost 1-0 to Wigan, but then beat Borough 2-1, Sunderland 2-0, and Birmingham 2-1. Ben Brereton Diaz is no doubt the threat, and we need to nullify him like we did. The last time we played these guys. Let's crack on then into Around the Grounds in a reordered preview. We're kicking off in 18.5 minutes. Birmingham versus QPR. Then tomorrow, the 12 o'clock kickoff is Bristol City versus Swansea. And then the 12:30 kickoff is West Bromwich Albion versus Sheffield United. Then the 3 o'clock kickoffs, all the rest of the games are 3 o'clock kickoffs tomorrow. Cardiff face Rotherham in Wales. Norwich versus Stoke. City versus Blackburn. Wigan versus Watford. Coventry versus Blackpool. Preston versus Middlesbrough. Luton versus Sunderland. Huddersfield versus Millwall. And Burnley versus Reading. The memorable match that I've gone for, I saw a comment, and I'll address that in a second. I've gone for my visit to Ewood Park on the 13th of February 2016, where we beat Blackburn 2-0, and the goal scorers were Abel Hernandez and Mo Diame in the second half. Our team that day was Alan McGregor in goal, the back four, Muzzer Baggio, the captain Michael Dawson, brother of current interim manager Andy. Curtis Davis was his centre-back partner, and Andy Robertson was at left-back. The two wingers were Clucas on the left and Robert Snodgrass on the right, with Huddleston and Livermore, Marshall in the midfield, and then Mo Diame started just behind Abel Hernandez. The bench, Eldin Jakupovic, the goalkeeper, David Myler, Harry Maguire, Chuba Akpom, Isaac Hayden, Adama Diamande, and Ahmed El Mohammadi, with Steve Bruce at the helm. Now, Will, saw the comment. That's because I have a whole other segment for that, my friend, and that is Last Time Out. How could I forget? Last Time Out. On the 19th of January 2022, 90 minutes before kickoff was announced. Before kickoff, in fact, no, it'd have been. No, it was 6:05, wasn't it? I was sat having my tea. 6:05. The takeover was confirmed with the game kicking off at 7:45. Arjun was unveiled to the fans on the pitch before the game. He used my footage in his Instagram video afterwards. And what a game it was. George Honeyman scored the first goal of the new era. And then Tom Eaves headed in past Kaminski to make it 2 and double our advantage. Deshaun Bernard had his, mistake covered for, or did he make up for it? I don't know. So he made a mistake and then he recovered it, or it might have been Baxter who saved his bacon, or was it Bernard who saved Baxter's bacon? I can't remember. The whole night's just a blur, but it was such good fun, buzzing. Our team that day, that night, that fantastic evening, was Nathan Baxter in goal. The back three was Deshaun Bernard, Sean McLaughlin, and Jacob Greaves. The two wing backs were Randell Williams on the right and Ryan Longman on the left, with the midfield three, Richie Smallwood, Greg Doherty, and George Honeyman. Keane Lewis Potter and Tom Eaves started up top together. The bench was Matt Ingram, the goalkeeper, George Monker, Brandon Fleming, Tyler Smith, Tom Huddleston, Festus Arter, and Callum Jones, with Grant McCann in charge in what would unfortunately turn out to be his penultimate game for us, because obviously Arjun gave him the Bournemouth game, and then he fancied bringing Shotter in since August, and we thank Shotter for his time. We thank Grant for his time, but now it's the new era, the Liam Rossini managerial era. Google's talking, but it was KLP behind Eaves with Honey. Yeah, it was, wasn't it? It was, wasn't it? Ruben, how you doing? I saw your message earlier in chat, pal. We've not got to prediction yet. Don't you worry. You haven't missed that bit. Does Oscar start for me tomorrow? And how about Harvey Vale? Ashley makes the point. Don't screw up what it ain't broke. Once I've got through the record and shared shirts, I will show you my predicted team. What we'll do first, though, is the record, where of late, it hasn't been too great. Out of our last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, out of our last 6 against these guys, we've lost 5 of them. However, that win gives us confidence from last time out, and hopefully the boys can channel that energy once again. Shared shirts now. Hold on. It's not letting me share it. It is now. Corey Evans. So he first joined us on loan from Man United for the 2010-11 season in 18 appearances, 3 goals, but then we made his move permanent. And in a further 97 appearances, he scored 6 times. Before we released him, he left us. I can't remember how it went. But he joined Blackburn and made 197 appearances for them, scoring 4 times across 7 years with the club. Now, it's time to move on to my predicted 11. Now, what I'll say is... What I'll say is exactly what Ashley said. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. For me, that's the approach that we should take, and what I think Andy Dawson will take. So, in goal, I think will be Nathan Baxter. Right back, Cyrus Christie. 2 centre-backs, Tobias Figueiredo and Alfie Jones. At left back, the captain, Jacob Greaves. In centre mid, Ryan Woods and John Michael Seri, partnering Regan Slater, who's slightly further up. Right wing, Greg Doherty. That does seem to be how it's happening at the minute. Doherty just sort of doing what he wants, but tends to be predominantly on that right side. With Demetrius Pelkas on the left, but he did drift more central against Rotherham, didn't he? And Slater was sort of a wider player. And then up top, Ryan Longman. On the bench, Matt Ingram, Louis Coyle, Ozan Tufan, Gökhan Sinek, Sean McLaughlin, Oscar Estupinian, and Brandon Fleming. No place, sadly, for Harvey Vale. My go CG. CG? Do you mean CC, Cyrus Christie, Leo? Because me knowing you like I do, it's probably Cyrus Christie. Unless you've gone for Greg Doherty and just got the letters completely mixed up. Let me know what you mean, please, mate. Let me know what you mean, please. And my prediction is that Xavier Simons will be recalled by January. You know what? I'm probably inclined to agree. I'm probably inclined to agree. Who else saw what Thogden said about Tufan? Yeah, I saw it. I saw it at the start of the year. I thought everyone had got over that by now. But you know what? That's his opinion. Fair play. But Ozan's come here to prove people saying that about him wrong. Doherty, Glaswegian, Iniesta, agreed. My goat, Christie. I thought that's what you meant, Leo. I thought that's what you meant. Hopefully, he gets you that shirt that you asked for. Didn't mean to put the first name. Jesus Christ. I'll see you tomorrow, Leo, and hopefully you're a bit better with your words. And then 3-1 tomorrow, Will reckons. And on that note, predicted score. I think it's going to be 2-1 tomorrow. I think it's going to be 2-1 tomorrow. Goal scorers, I think Pelkas will break the deadlock. then I think Blackburn off the bench, Tyrese Dolan will level it about 65th, 70th minute. And then for us off the bench, Ozan Tufan will score again. Ashley summed it up perfectly there. Yeah. And Ruben, no, I will not be getting a free pumpkin. I will not be getting a free pumpkin. No, I won't be. No, I don't do Halloween. I don't do Halloween. But that is that. Thank you for watching the preview, ladies and gents. It's been good fun chatting to you for the last 35 minutes or so. Yeah. I shall see you all tomorrow. I shall hopefully be getting a few of these given away soon, because majority of my own are signed now. If I knew I was going to see Adjun, I'd have got a couple more done and given them away. Shotter and Peter I got before they left. Andy Dawson I've got. I'm going very early tomorrow to get that man Robbie Stockdale before he leaves. And then out of the players, all I'm missing are Salah, because I haven't got his card made yet. Josh Emmanuel, and then Andy Smith, Matty Jacob, Harry Wood, Will Jarvis, and a lot of the academy boys. So hopefully, if I get round to it, I can have a few of those given away soon. I might see if I can get some printed out tomorrow morning and give one away at the end of the Matchday vlog. That's not a promise. That's a we'll see if I get up early enough. Yeah. Okay. Right. See you later, everyone. Take care. It's been good fun. I'll see you tomorrow for the Matchday vlog. But for now, up the Tigers and goodbye.